and sexual reproduction is biparental, right? Out of this asexual reproduction, I was telling you that the type of asexual reproduction. Out of this type of asexual reproduction, the first type of asexual reproduction is binary fission. So what is the binary fission? Those who haven't joined, like noted down, they are supposed to note it down, right? And those who have noted down, then that's good. That's really very good. So look, out of this asexual reproduction, the first type of asexual reproduction is binary fission. Binary fission, the example is given over there, that fission, or rather we can call it fission. So it takes place in bacteria, amoeba, paramecium, and euglena, right? This binary fission is also called amitosis, right? This binary fission is also called amitosis. And those organisms which are formed by the binary fission, they are called cloned to each other. Why they are called cloned to each other? Because they morphologically they are similar. What does it mean by morphologically? Morphological means outer look, external characteristic, external look, it is similar. Second thing, they are genetically similar. Genetically similar means their genetic constitution, means their DNA, that is similar to each other, right? So they are morphologically similar, they are genetically similar. That's why we call them, they are the clone of each other, right? And that in binary fission, what happened? The first one example, this example is of bacteria. This one. This example is of bacteria, this one, right? So first example is of bacteria. Here, what bacteria do? Bacteria divide when a bacteria complete its life cycle, or like after every 20 minutes, this bacteria, average after 20 minutes, this bacteria divide into two small bacteria, right? So the offspring or new one are produced from the older one, right? Division of older one. That's why they are clone of each other. The second example is of bacteria, amoeba. This example is of amoeba, right? Amoeba. So amoeba, how does it divide? This is the cell, and the cell divide into two, like this way. The third example, this is which is visible to you. This one, third example. This is of euglena. No, sorry, not euglena. It's paramecium. I'm sorry. This is paramecium. So this is paramecium. So what happened when organism divide into two, right? Divide into two and make two new offspring. This is called binary fission. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please note it down what is written in the board. What is written in your screen? Please just note it down, then we'll go ahead. Then I will dictate the definition of this one. Fission. Put the heading fission, Fission, fission. Noted down?
Yeah, answer.
Okay. Should I dictate? Ayman? Noted? Please start noting down. Many single-celled organism like protozoa and bacteria just break into just break into two identical half just break into two identical half during the cell division leading to creation of leading to creation of new organism. This is called binary fission. One more very important point which you have to note it down. Binary fission takes place during favorable conditions. Binary fission takes place during favorable conditions. Full stop. Next one. Next is multiple fission. Now what happens is the binary fission and multiple fission are almost same. In binary fission, from one organism, formation of single organism takes place. What happened in multiple fission, formation of more than one organism takes place from single cell. So suppose that let me show you what is the multiple fission. What happened? Generally, this takes place in unfavorable condition. Unfavorable condition, what is that? Is the scarcity of food, high temperature, these kind of the unfavorable condition. When these kind of the unfavorable condition they onset, what happened? Suppose that this is the amoeba. This is amoeba. This is single amoeba, right? This single amoeba, it will undergo binary fission. Means every time it divide into two new amoeba, right? During the favorable condition, when water is larger amount, temperature is optimum, food is abundant, means favorable conditions are favorable. So when conditions are favorable, it will undergo for binary fission. But what happens? Suppose that during the summer time when conditions are unfavorable, during unfavorable condition, this amoeba enclose itself into a hard cover. After enclosing itself into hard cover, it will undergo for deactivation. It will become deactive. Then what will happen? Inside this hard covering, which is secreted by itself, its own body. After that, what will happen? It will keep on dividing into smaller amoeboid, right? Smaller amoeboid, right? During unfavorable condition, it will divide into small amoeboid. What will happen? Number of the amoeboid will be formed under it, right? Onset of the favorable condition, when favorable condition will come, during onset of the favorable condition, this cover will break down, means this cover will rupture, right? The cover will rupture. So due to rupturing of coverage, means due to breakage of this cover, number of the amoeba, they will come out of it and they will become a new amoeba. This kind of the fission is called multiple fission. Is it clear? Multiple fission, is it clear?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
clear? Okay, so please note it down. Please note it down, then I'll explain. Noted? Note it down.
Yes,
Not
sir.
well, sir. Yeah, done, sir.
Okay, so please note it down. Multiple fission is also multiple fission is also an asexual method of reproduction. Multiple fission is also an asexual method of reproduction in organism. Full stop. In this fission, in this fission, the parent organism is split to form the parent organism is split to form many new organism many new organism at the same time many new organism at the same time. Full stop. It happens particularly it happens particularly at unfavorable condition. It happened particularly at unfavorable condition. Full stop. Organism encloses itself organism encloses itself inside a hard covering called cyst. Organism encloses itself in a hard covering called cyst. Full stop. inside cyst, it divides several times to form a small nuclei. Full stop. Now, what is the next one? The next one is budding. This one. You have to just note down what I am saying. The next one is budding. Put the heading budding or bud formation. B-U-D-D-I-N-G. B-U-D-D-I-N-G. Budding. This is budding. And this is the organism which is visible to you. This organism is basically Hydra. Hydra is not an plant, it is an animal. So how does Hydra divide? It is also asexual reproduction. What happened in Hydra? Hydra is organism which remains, you must have listened about this organism. So what happened? This Hydra remains attached to a substratum. Substratum means base. It remains attached to a substratum, a base, right? These are tentacle which are poisonous. It is used to kill the organism, right? So they are tentacle. At the base of Hydra, small bud formation takes place. After some time, this bud detach from the mother organism, and it gets settled down. After settling down, what happened? It become a new organism. So that is a process called budding. So first is example of Hydra, right? And the second example which is visible in your screen, that is of this one, yeast, right? This one, yeast. Yeast is also budding. In yeast, what happened? At the presence of sugar and water, it is formation of these small bud, they come out, and these bud get detached, and formation of new yeast takes place. So these are the two example, yeast and Hydra are example of budding. Please note it down, both of the diagram. Done?
No.
Yeah, please note it down. Done?
Yeah, done, sir.
Okay. Please note it down. Budding. Budding is also an asexual method of reproduction. Budding is also an asexual method of reproduction. Full stop. In budding, a small part of body of parent organism in budding, a small part of body of parent organism grows out, small part of body of parent organism grows out as a bud, which then detaches to become a new organism. Example: Hydra and yeast. Hydra and yeast. Now the third one is spore formation. This one, conidia. So conidia are a type of spores, right? So what happened during the spore formation? Conidia is also type of spore. And one more example you can take. The another example is bread mold, right? So let me draw the bread mold. You can take the example of bread mold. The bread mold is popularly that fungus which hit our bread, which spoil our bread, right? And this bread mold is basically this kind of the fungus. There is a thread-like structure. Out of this thread-like structure, this upper part bulges out, club-shaped. After the bulging out, this club-shaped structure, formation of small spore takes place. At the rupturing of this structure, this structure is called sporanium. These structures are called spore, right? These spore come out of this sporanium. So what is the sporanium? This club-shaped structure is called sporanium. So this is called sporanium. Sporanium rupture, and this spore-like organism structure spread out. These spore, they fell down in the ground. This spore, and they germinate. Due to germination of this spore, formation of new organism takes place. Right? Spore germination. Germination. Please draw these two diagram. And these spore are called conidiospore. Conidiospore. Heading is a spore formation. Bread mold is known as actually rhizopus. Actual name, technical name is rhizopus. This fungus. This is rhizopus. And common name is bread mold. Let me know when you note it down, both of the example. The another example is of penicillium. We extract penicillin from it. Note it down. Note it down.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please note it down. Start noting down. Let me dictate. The heading is spore formation. That is the third heading. In a spore formation, the parent plant produces in a spore formation, the parent plant produces hundreds of microscopic unit, hundreds of microscopic unit called spores. Full stop. When spore cover called sporangium, when spore cover called sporangium burst, then the spore is spread into air. Full stop. When these airborne spores, when these airborne spore land on food or soil, land on food or soil, under favorable conditions, they germinate and produce, they germinate and produce, they germinate and produce a new plant, they germinate and produce a new plant. Example, this one, rhizopus, right? So put the first example, this one, rhizopus, this one, first example, and then penicillium, this one, second example, right? So this was the spore form. Is it clear to all of you? Please tell me. Amna?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. What about the other one? Zakaria, Martin, Amna, Ayman, clear to everyone? Please tell me
Yes,
once.
sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
great. That's great if you are getting each and everything. Then the fourth part is the regeneration part. Now, what is the regeneration part? So put the heading regeneration. I think regeneration is not there. It's not there. Regeneration is not there. Yeah, let me tell you what is the regeneration part. Let me explain you what is regeneration. Basically, regeneration takes place in a special kind of animal, and the name of that animal is this one, planaria. Planaria is a type of flatworm, right? So first, let me show you the example. So regeneration takes place. You must have seen a small amount of the very small amount of regeneration takes place also in lizard. Sometimes lizard loses its tail, and it also again regain its tail, right? So that is also a part of regeneration. But the maximum regeneration capacity is found in an organism, and the name of that organism is planaria. So planaria. Planaria is a flatworm. It looks like this one. This kind of the worm. These are the eyes. It is planaria. If you cut down the planaria in 3 pieces, cut down, right? After the cutting down, cutting into 3 pieces. After cutting down, you will see that it has been three pieces. Now every piece will become, the regeneration will take place. The lost part, what is the regeneration? The part which has been lost, that will develop, right? Now regeneration will take place. Regeneration. Every part will form a new organism, right? So every part will become, means the formation of new plane area will take place. So those part which has been lost, those like this part have tail and front part have lost. So all these part will develop and formation of new organism will take place. So three plane area will be reproduced. That is called regeneration. Maximum regenerating capability is found. We have very limited regeneration capability in humans, right? Because every part will produce a new plane area. So take the put on the example, note on it, and let me know. Like healing process in our body, that is also a part of regeneration, but it's very limited in humans. Noted?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, answer.
Okay, please note it down. In some organism, plant as well as animal, in some organism, plant as well as animal, a small cut part of their body, a small cut part of their body can grow or regenerate to form or regenerate to form whole new organism. Whole new organism. Complete in all respect. Full stop. The process of getting back a full organism, from its body part, is called from its body part is called regeneration. Is called regeneration. Full stop. The next one is fragmentation. What is fragmentation? Let me see if it's there or not. No, it's not there. So regeneration at fragmentation. During fragmentation, what happened? Organism breakdown, and this is same like regeneration, but fragmentation takes place in basically plants, right? So you can take the example. There is another example. The second example it belongs to, that is a algae, and the name of that algae is Spirogyra. 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 Spirogyra is a type of green algae. Green algae. This Spirogyra is also known as water silk. It shine like silk thread in water, right? So that it is also called water silk. And the body of a Spirogyra is like this one. It is green color bodied, green bodied structure, right? So it is a single thread of Spirogyra, and this is thread of Spirogyra, and it's made up of multiple cells. This thread is made up of multiple cells, right? One cell, another cell, another cell, another cell. Inside this Spirogyra and this cell, there is a chloroplast. So chloroplast is found, and it have ribbon like chloroplast. So chloroplast run like this way. It run entire length of the, like this is chloroplast, and it have nucleus as well. This is nucleus, 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 nucleus. So this is a Spirogyra. A Spirogyra break down into multiple part. Suppose that Spirogyra broke down. Sorry. Is broken down. Spirogyra. These are fragments. Now every fragment will develop into new organism. That is called fragmentation. Please note it down. Noted. Please start noting down. The breaking up of body of a simple breaking up of body of a simple multicellular organism into two or more pieces on maturing each of which subsequently grows to form a complete new organism is called fragmentation. Now quickly put the heading vegetative propagation. I'll teach you vegetative propagation in next class, and we'll start after completing vegetative propagation. We'll start the sexual reproduction, right?